Good morning, you guys, and thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you all are having a good start of your Saturday morning. So, I am quickly popping on today because I recently woke up and I feel inspired to share a little bit about morning practice and what it means to me, and just a little bit about the whole idea of creating a morning practice. So, through different philosophies and different religions, there are certain things that, they say that you can do to help you towards ascending towards more presence, towards the enlightenment. And especially in Sanskrit and the traditions of India, they have a lot of sadhanas, a lot of different practices that have like breath work, meditations, different mantras and yantras, all of that included, that you can use as part of your morning practice to attain enlightenment. So all of that aside, so this video is more about creating a morning practice in a modern way, something that doesn't necessarily include aspects from the previous worlds, previous times when people lived very differently. And for me, what's important about morning practice is finding something that works for you, finding something that helps you come into the now, come into your own presence, and then, figuring out what you can add on top of that. So I don't have a super consistent morning practice personally, but I know that a lot of people do. So I am not a morning person, so you will never see me waking up at 5 or 6 in the morning to do 2 hours of mantra chanting or meditation work. So I have to figure out what works for me. And over the last year or so, I found out that I'm actually a night person. I am more productive staying up till 2, 3 in the morning and getting things done there, and then doing my actually pre-bed meditation. I actually have a little practice of, pre-bed practice that I do almost every day. So, finding what's the point of practice? Practice gives you some sort of grounding and stability to start your day, right? So like you wake up in the morning, I don't know if you have to go to work or not, but whatever it is that you're doing, it kind of like sets the foundation for you for the rest of the day. So how you start your day is how the rest of the day will go. So having a consistent morning practice helps people get into that routine so that the rest of the day can kind of flow more easily, right? So I know that a lot of people are really, really into meditation, into morning yoga. So they'll wake up, they'll make their morning smoothie and they'll start doing their practice. So for me personally, what I've been really enjoying doing is waking up and drinking a glass of either apple cider vinegar with honey, or just a glass of warm water, or some sort of liquid, not like a heavy liquid, to start and have my digestive tract working. So my morning practice starts off with me, first of all, waking up, and that can be anywhere from 9 to like 11 to 12. And at this point, I don't even judge myself because it's my life and I choose to live how I want to live. So if I want to start my practice at 12 in the afternoon, that's perfectly fine. So don't feel bad. You don't have to wake up early in the morning to start your morning practice. Your morning practice is when you wake up. Okay, so following my regimen of drinking some sort of liquid, I like to roll my foot on this little bowl. Okay, so I have this little bowl sitting by my bedside, and I will stand and I will roll my foot on it. So why do I do this? So first of all, reflexology. Our feet have like all the points that are connecting all the meridian lines all the way up to our head. So in the morning when you wake up, you haven't been moving for an extended period of time, so your feet are kind of numb. So sometimes like you'll wake up and you feel kind of like shaky, maybe a little bit lightheaded, maybe you woke up like too fast. So this ball right here really helps you like get into the body and like activate all these sensations in your feet so that you feel more connected to yourself. Okay, so something else that I also started doing, and that's before actually even getting out of bed. So I bought a basal thermometer. I started to record my basal body temperature simply because I am learning more about my body and I want to learn about when I'm ovulating and what my body is like during that time. I am not planning on getting pregnant anytime soon. However, like I said, I am getting to know my body a lot more intimately. So this is something that I started doing, and it's the first thing I do in the morning actually when I wake up. Before I even drink water or get out of bed, I put this under my tongue and I record my basal temperature, because as a woman, I think it's important to know about our bodies and to know when we're ovulating for any sort of purposes. So that's the second thing I do. So my third thing that I do, I can't show you, but I bring a piece of ice. I've actually made these trays of like chamomile green tea mixed ice, and I take an ice and I put it over my skin. So why do I do that? So ice helps to, once again, wake you up. It helps to not only rejuvenate your skin, but it also like helps to even out the skin tone. It helps to plump up your skin and gives you a nice little rosy glow. It also helps to minimize your pores, and actually overall I've noticed that my skin consistency has gotten way better. So in the morning, after I drink my little morning regimen, I'll go to the fridge, I grab the ice, I'll go back into my bathroom, and I'll start washing my face with the ice cube. And as I'm using the ice cube, I'm actually talking mentally to my body, to the cells of my body, and I'm commanding them certain things. So this is not a topic for this particular video, but I actually really do talk to my body, to my cells, to my organs, to the interior structure of this temple, giving it commands to be healthy, to be energized, to be vital. So, you know, that's part of my morning practice, is those affirmations to, once again, reconnect to the divine source that is within me. Okay, so following the ice cube, you know, brushing my teeth, face moisturizer, all that. So depending on how I feel, I usually do not eat within like the first hour to 2 hours in the morning, unless like I really feel inspired to. So next thing I do, I will go and I will sit by my altar, and I'll show you guys my altar space. So over there, you see, so I will go and I will sit in front of my altar. Once again, reconnecting to source, speaking affirmations of what it is that I want my day to look like. What do I want my day to feel like? I also work with tobacco medicine, work with hape. So I'll serve myself hape and I'll sit with it and I'll meditate for, you know, a few minutes. I don't meditate a lot. Like my meditations are mostly 5 to 10 minutes, if that. And then I'll just kind of like sit in stillness and I'll just reflect on the day, and I'll feel the wave of the hape working through me. And then I feel like I'm ready, and then I will go and blow my nose, and then I'm out to start my day. So whenever I don't have to go to see a client or I don't have work, one of the things that I love to do as part of my morning practice is to have a sacred coffee ritual. Okay, I made a video about it last time, I think, when I talked about building intimacy and how I can have very beautifully energetically erotic experiences through our senses. So yeah, so this is the coffee ritual that I was talking about during that video. So I have a very specific way that I want my coffee to be made. So I'll share a secret with you. So one of my most favorite and the most delicious and probably healthiest creamers out there is the brand called Silks. It's like a pretty big bottle. It says Silks, and I use their vanilla creamer. It's almond milk, I believe, and it has very little sugar in comparison to other creamers, and I love my coffee sweet. I used to put a lot of stevia, a lot of like brown sugar, coconut sugars in my coffee until I found that sweetener, and I no longer need to add anything because that sweetener makes my coffee perfect. So I actually add a pretty nice amount to it. Like I like my coffee pretty sweet. And when I make my coffee, like I will sit on a couch drinking my coffee, maybe having like a little croissant or maybe like a little toast with some peanut butter on it. And like I will like literally sit there like savoring the energies that are being felt through the senses of my tongue, through the taste, and like really find that to be my sacred space within myself with that element, with coffee. Okay, so and then I just kind of get going with my day depending on the day and what it is that I am doing. So so that's me, guys. Like that's my daily practice, and as you see, like it is nothing complicated. Like you don't see me twisting my body and actually like working out. Like I don't do yoga all the time. I do stretch every day, but I don't have a consistent yoga practice. It's something I've been meaning to get to, but I just don't have the space right now to really feel inspired to do that. So that is on my to-do list. But like I said, like your morning practice can literally be anything. Like a lot of people really love to journal in the morning. They'll wake up, they'll practice journaling gratitude. Gratitude is a great way to start off your day as well. Or they just reflect maybe on the dreams that they had. Some people like to go to the gym and they like to work out. Once again, why people love gym is because it helps them to get into the body. Same reason why I use this little ball, because it gets me into my body in the morning and gets me hyped in a way because it starts to move the energy through me. You know, some people really like to read in the morning. Reading is also amazing. So point of all of this is that your morning practice can be whatever the heck you want it to be. Okay, we are living in a new consciousness where we don't have to follow old traditions of sadhanas that used to take, you know, 2 to 4 hours every morning of like serious meditation, chanting, and, you know, putting your body in crazy asanas and like not eating, you know, whatever for 24 hours. Like, I don't know. All I'm saying is like, yes, if you feel called to those practices, go for it, do it. But like, I'm in alignment with life right now where I do not want to suppress my joy. Okay, I don't want to suppress anything of human life experience to call out for that enlightenment. Okay, because in my understanding now, like, that's a huge misconception. Part of human life is to live a human life, to be a human, and to do all the things that humans do. And that means, you know, experiencing everything. So like when I see people saying things like, oh, you know, like I'm going through this like fast, or like I'm suppressing, you know, sex, or like I'm, you know, not watching TV, or I'm not doing this or that. Like, if you're not doing things that usually you would like doing, that's suppression. And unless you have a really like high-end desire and goal and intention for it, like I think it's coming from a different place rather than of love. So I always just ask, like, check in with yourself. Everybody's different. I invite all sorts of ideas and ways of living. Like, it's your life, it's your reality. I'm just sharing with you from my perspective of my conscious awareness, of my perspective on what I think works for me, and it might work for you, it might not. I don't know. So I hope that video helped you guys in some way or another. I am gonna go ahead and start my morning and make some coffee, and I will go ahead and enjoy my coffee in a very delicious and orgasmic way. So next time you're drinking something really delicious, I hope that you can think of me and just kind of like savor the flavor in your mouth and just be like, oh, like that's what you meant about like tantric lifestyle, when you are literally starting to make love with like the most mundane things, because then the life just becomes so much more delicious and so much more. All right, my loves, I love you. You are seen, you are appreciated. Please never forget that. Until we connect next time, take